Hello, streaming to live. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Tuesday, May 12th, 2026, and it's day number 393 wearing the incredible X39. The countdown is still on. 130 days are left until my big 50th birthday. And I want to talk about debriefing. Yesterday's maximum heart rate of 205 beats per minute. And then I will follow up with today's workout, a 9-minute warm-up, just like yesterday, and then I will be doing push exercises. So, debriefing yesterday's maximum heart rate of 205. I will do that as well. So, you can see here, I'm doing a screencast, and you'll see the date May 11th 2026, the time when I started recording. And you can see here in the center, right here where I'm circling, heart rate zone of 185 to 206. I was in that range for 1 minute and 24 seconds, and 205. So how is it that this guy right here is still able to hit over 200 and live stream to you the next day with all smiles saying, yeah, I'm still alive, I haven't flatlined yet? How is it possible? Well, I'm a broken record when I talk about certain things. And if you watched enough of the episodes that I've live streamed, you would know this. And so does the person that I'm going to feature for today's also subject, I want to call it, because it's Tacky Tuesday, and I talk about the benefits of the choices that I make. One of them is rapid pain relief and reduced inflammation. And so, am I experiencing pain when I'm hitting 205 beats per minute? When I'm doing an all-out intensity session behind me here with the rope? I don't experience any pain. None whatsoever. Why is that? At my age of 49 years old. Why? Is it because I'm genetically gifted? Maybe. Is it because I choose to increase the voltage in my body because we're electric beings? Maybe. So what am I doing to accomplish that? Well, you'll know, I've said it before and I'll say it again, pinch of salt every morning, let it dissolve underneath my tongue, and let the minerals absorb into my bloodstream. Let my saliva dissolve the salt. Now, mineralized salt, I switch between Celtic sea salt and Redmond real salt. So I'm kind of confusing my body, if you want to call it that. And when all the magnesium from the salt or the salts get absorbed into the body, they become a magnet for H2O. And I like the cleanest and most absorbable, meaning deuterium depleted water with a hydrogen bond angle of 114 degrees. Now, when I drink that water, I also tap my body on the shoulder like this. Say, Gordon, you got to turn on that spark. And what do I use to turn on that spark? right there. So combining these simple things day in and day out, essentially powering my DNA with the best, is it enabling me to feel excellent? Yes. And do I experience rapid pain relief and reduced inflammation because of it? Mm-hmm. Yesterday's exercises that I did were pull, and I could feel it. I was tired afterwards. And tired, when I say tired, I'm talking about hypertrophy tired. There's a difference. Then I go to bed, or before I go to bed, I eat dinner. Last night I had quinoa with chicken sausage and a homemade salad. I topped some. What else do we have? I'm just eyeing my plate. Yeah, salad. Yeah, so these three. And I also had 2 eggs slightly earlier. So, 2 servings of quinoa and 2 sausages. Like, am I getting 140 grams of protein? No. But am I getting a strong dose of protein? Yeah. I make sure I maximize nitrogen balance inside the body. And if you've watched any previous episode before, you'll know I do something in addition to that, in which I've disclosed. And if you don't know what it is already, this is what it is. So if you don't know what that is, well then I encourage you to read up on the book. Find the book. It's been around a long time. And I wanted to also talk about and feature this post here that was placed on LinkedIn. This is a real person. Her name is Joanna Strober. She writes, "There's something clarifying about being forced into a walking boot. I have a stress fracture and it's likely tied to the osteopenia I already knew about. Osteopenia is reduced bone density, a common condition in women that tends to worsen with the hormonal shifts of premenopause and menopause. I knew this. I talk about it regularly, and yet I didn't prioritize the one intervention most proven to help: consistent progressive strength training." And why is this important? Because strength training or resistance training exercise is known to reset and regenerate about 78 known DNA genes. But when there's several thousand more DNA genes inside the body, how do you reset and regenerate that balance that can go untouched? That's where I use this. Taps me on the shoulder. Okay? So could it help this woman with her condition? Gee, I wonder. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying that it could, but I wonder. I scratch my head. Because there's something to be said about this. She further writes, "Bone is living tissue." She's correct on that. "It responds to mechanical load, meaning it rebuilds when you challenge it with resistance. Lifting weights isn't just about muscle." She's right. "It's one of the most powerful tools women have for maintaining bone density as estrogen declines." What about men? What about declining testosterone? Are there things that you can do to increase testosterone development without having TRT, testosterone replacement therapy? the industry doesn't want you to know. Because there's hormones in it. And is it one of the reasons why I keep putting on muscle? Like, is it? I'm just asking the question. Oh. Good health is not complicated, but when you put the right pieces of the puzzle together, guess what happens? They form a picture. And the picture I'm trying to show you, day in and day out. What can I say? Is my live stream enough evidence for you? I hope that it is. Make you think a little bit. And she says, this is a gap that we consistently see at the place she works at. Women come to us with osteoporosis diagnosis, fractures, or DEXA scans that surprise them because no one ever connected the dots between menopause and bone health early enough. The window to build bone density closes. The time to act is in your 40s, not after something breaks. Speaking from experience. And this is her here. So, is it important to stay on top of your health? Yes. When do you start paying attention? When it's too late? Or are you proactive? How proactive are you? Do you put your money where your mouth is? I do. So the X49 is what helps to increase cardiovascular. All right? So that's where the X49 is. You can see I put it on just before I started. So there's one. And then here's the second one. Red. Okay? And what this is doing is reflecting the infrared light that your body emits and back into your skin. And when it does that, it taps on the shoulder, says, hey body, I'm sending you the signal to light the spark inside the body. Get it to do something, worthy. Oh, hi Phil. So, when I say, experience the benefits or feel the benefits, I really mean it. And for a little bit of extra motivation, here's this little guy. I found him. Oh, don't install. No. So, some people, when they see videos like this, they say, oh, kids shouldn't be doing this kind of stuff. Or, if kids are lifting weights, for example, parents are getting them lifting weights. It's good. If you do it training in a safe manner, the benefits that you receive from it are so good. And this is just the simplest example that proves it to you. Now, I'm not saying that you need to do something like that. Well, I like to do vibration plate training with resistance, and I use pretty heavy resistance when I'm doing it, and I make the muscle feel the tension, but within the full range of movement. So yesterday I was working biceps. The arm is going like this, moving, and all the way here squeezing, and it's moving. Okay, and that vibration creates that time under tension. Now, some people will say, oh, you don't lift a lot of weights. The muscle doesn't know numbers. It only knows how it feels. And when you make the muscle feel it, then you're going to get a response. That's what I do. And I do that safely here. I train with resistance 4 days a week, and then I'll do a conditioning workout on Friday, and then a fitness test on Saturday to test my cardiovascular conditioning. And I just throw in a 10-minute hit on top of that. So, you know, am I getting a lot of cardio throughout the week? Yes, because I want to maintain the ticker. This guy in here. Maintain high energy and voltage in the body. And because of that, I feel great. And my heart rate reflects that. And make sure when you replenish your body, you always think about the 3 aminos. The 3 aminos for the AHK, the GHK, glutathione. I've talked about it before. If you want to find out more about what I've shared, how you can get the patches, the X39 right here, or the X49, as you see me putting underneath my wristbands. You just scan the QR code there, or type in unlockyourbioenergy.godaddysite.com, and there you'll find the buttons where you can see all the different topics. They're at the bottom of the page. And if you want to go directly to place your order, right there, okay? The links in the comments will take you to the same spot. If you want to get in on a bundled price for the X49 and the X39, you can do that too. You know, nothing is free, but I'm giving my knowledge away for free. Now, if you want deuterium depleted water, I tell you how to get that too. You have to invest in the machine because there's only one that you can get that makes it at home. And I make it at home. And because of that, I drink it every day. And those around me drink it every day. So, does it help increase the effectiveness of this? Ask yourself that question. Deuterium depleted water, boil it basically it's focusing on the hydrogen isotope. And when the hydrogen becomes a magnet, your body says, "Oh, I like it." What do you think is going to happen? Magic inside the body. And you need to have the chemistry in addition to the light to make things work together, because you know that plants don't grow without water, and they need the light. Humans also need the light, but they also need the water. So make good choices. The best ones for you. What you can afford. If you wanted to just increase the power of your water, you can take 8 milliliters. When I say milliliters, I'm talking about where is it here? I'm looking for you. I'll be right there. I found it. Here. You know what this is, right? These are called little syringes. You can get them at the pharmacy. So this one here is you see 3 milliliters, right? If you have 1 liter, which is 32 ounces, 32 ounces is about 1 liter, okay? You take 8 milliliters of deuterium depleted water and you mix it together, and you can change the hydrogen bond angle of that 1 liter with 8 milliliters of this deuterium depleted. So when people are selling it online, they're saying, oh, you know, let's say $30 Canadian for 1 liter of deuterium depleted water with a hydrogen bond angle of 114 degrees. Is it a real thing? Mm-hmm. There are people have done electrical studies, and even the man behind it all, he knows. He got into the business by accident. By accident, because he wanted to improve his very own health. And because of that, I have respect for him. And do I feel its power? You bet. And so speaking about power, let's get on with it. So today's exercise. So the 9-minute warm up where I'm going to take my heart rate monitor. Okay. See if it's reading. Come on. There we go. You can see it. 59, 58. Okay. So I'm pretty relaxed, right? 55, 53. Let's see if we go down to 40. Nah. Sometimes it does. When I sleep, it goes down to 40. So, today's push exercises, you'll see it scrolling on the list there. I've got the metronome. I'm going to set it at, and of course it's, this is kind of finicky. All right. I'm going to set it at 144. And I'll set the 9-minute warm-up. Temperature down here, I'll just kind of see the ring there. 16.2 degrees Celsius. And it's 61. So I'll show you. It's cold. 16.3 and 61.5 Fahrenheit. Okay? Let's get on with it. Let's warm up. So I'm going to take the beaded rope. Oh, look at my heart rate dropped right down. So 6.5 minutes of one at 144. And I'll try to do a variety of different tricks. And then for the final 2.5 minutes, that's where I'm going to change to doing double unders and running step. So 8 double unders. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's going to be the final 2.5 minutes. And that's what I was doing yesterday when I hit 205. Back and forth. So just alternating between the two. So I encourage you to skip along if you can. It's a good way to get your cardio in. So just crosses down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Already my heart rate's going up. Yeah, because I'm not breathing that much. I'm talking lots. And it feels real comfortable. Even at 180. How is it I can still talk? back down. Just started breathing a little bit more. So does the water have an effect on my body's ability cardiovascularly? Yes. It's interesting how it just dropped right down. That water I drank just puts to use very fast. And I don't feel it bouncing either in my stomach. And that for me is a big thing. That cup is 16 ounces. So it's a fairly sized portion. And you would feel 16 ounces in your stomachs. There's no doubt about that. That side, for whatever reason, I'm not as coordinated. And I'm not sure why. I hold my hand too high. I just realized. I think I figured it out. So I'm leading the crisscross, alternating, so you can see right, left, right, left. Which hand is on the top end? All right, so we're nearing the end of the 6.5 minutes. So double unders and 8 running step. deep, long breaths. So you can see how quickly my heart rate recovered. Very fast. So if anybody tells you that jump rope is not good cardiovascularly, they're lying to you. It's the best form of cardio that you can do. Best. And when you combine, like what I say, the patch therapy and that of the water, it's remarkable. So 2 minutes. My heart rate's recovered quite well. I'm going to change the metronome tempo to 60 beats per minute. And that's going to help me with the next set of exercises. I'm going to try to remember to do the pang here. Hopefully you can see that bar. Oh yeah, you can see the shadow moving. My hands are a little on the cold side, so I'm just going to wait till they warm up, and then I'll try to do the hang afterwards. So today's first exercise with the vibration plate, I'm going to be doing a modified version of a dip. So that's where I'm going to take the plate here, and I'm going to kneel on it. You'll see why. And I particularly like this variation because I can keep the tension on the lower pectoral muscle, and when I do so, I can feel its activation. And using this method is quite good. So just lining up the vibration plate here, the center of it. And there's preset programs that I use. I use the first program, which is 3 minutes in length. And so by taking the bands here, so I have tension right here at this starting point, and I'm going to press down as if I'm doing a dip. And I'm just going to stay in the tension area and activate that lower chest fiber. So let's begin. 3 minutes. So here, press down. So by holding it all the way down here, I could feel the activation from the bands as if I'm doing a regular dip with a weighted. So like I said earlier, the muscle doesn't know numbers. So it's all about the tension that you apply. And what I do when I'm in this position is I'm also squeezing the glutes and the quads and the core to hold my body in this place. So that way I have no energy leaks, if you want to call it that. And the tension from the bands is generating the muscle to activate. And when you have the vibration creating a disturbance, it's changing it from a linear feel to a dynamic feel. And this is why I like training this way. So holding it isometrically, a slow negative And then you could do explosive reps. Now type 2. Bang. Slow negative. Now, switching back to a type 1, worked the type 2 a little bit, fibers. And that's the nice thing about this type of training, is you get all kinds of movements, like all kind of, you can incorporate the explosive. Oh, my band is falling off. Heart rate monitor is falling off. Holding it isometrically here. Oh yeah, it fell off again. The Velcro. Okay. Felt good. Lower chest for me, I'm quite, I have a fair bit of strength there, so it feels good for me. The next exercise, I'm going to switch to the upper chest now. And to do this, I'm going to take the vibration plate, turn it perpendicular to the wall. I'm going to pull it away, about half a plate away from the wall. And then I'm going to take this exercise ball, and it's going to rest against the wall, but also on the end of the plate. Oh, but before I do that, I just realized I got to change the position of these bands. And that's where I'm going to take the band and put it here, but on the bottom, funnel it through, and then also funnel it through the center. And so it's going to come like, it's going to be like this. And it's going to anchor from the, from this guy. Basically, you'll see why. So, feed it through one side, and then it goes through the other side. And I'm doing this to shorten the length of the band, purposely. So, okay, there we go. Just taking the twist out of the band so that way so this one's going to go like this on the other side, and then both the handle, the ankle bracelet, or the bracelet, the ankle strap is going to be nice and even through that side. So, I'm going to do it this way. Yes, like that. Okay. So, with the slack moved out of the, or removed out of the band, so I'm going to sit on the vibration plate. The ball is going to bounce, as well as my butt. So it's going to be, whoops. Maybe just slightly more. Yeah, okay, right there. So, and with the bands here, let's begin. So, I have tension here, which I want, This is a fair bit of movement. You could do free weights if you wish with this exercise too, or with this variation if you don't have bands. I've used free weights too, but just for training purposes, for today I'm using the bands. So it's really, this vibration plate is creating a lot of movement. And then you could change position. So take a little bit of the length out. So essentially I'm holding the bands or pushing them up above my head as if I'm doing a natural incline. My lats are getting involved a little bit as well. Just gonna pull it a little forward. And you can load this up as heavy as you want. There's really no limit to what you could do. I just want to do a few more reps. So you can certainly feel the activation of the upper chest, which is what I was really after, and I like that variation. The next exercise is going to be doing a wide grip push-up, where I'm going to take the plate, place it over here, but then I'm also going to do this here, and you'll see why momentarily here, where I'm going to take and raise my feet level, because I want it to mimic as if I'm on the floor. So with my natural height, and with that I'm also going to use these perfect push-up handles, right? But also to get a wider stance. I just realized this here I don't. I'm going to change that. I had the right idea in mind. So maybe I'll move this back a little bit. And this is where I take, these are just non-slip pad or non-slip cabinet things. I don't know what to call these things. I forgot what they're called. And by having the plywood on here and these non-slip, basically creates a nice disturbance where it goes like this. And I'm going to press through and just work this area of the range of movement. And the reason being, because the next exercise with the flies, well, I call it follow the fiber flies, you'll see why. Then I'm going to get the balance of the movement. So, let's begin. A wide grant stance, so feet on the Bosu ball. No energy leaks through the core and through the butt.
the glutes and the quads. Tighten the posterior chain. And press through, hold it. And I do this for 3 minutes. Try to last if you can. And with these perfect push-up handles, you can turn your wrist ankle or position. Wow, that was a solid minute, and I can feel the tension building, especially now after the lower chest and the upper. Oh wow. And then you can change this here to more of a like a diamond cutter style. But that works more of the tricep, that variation. So I kind of like to stay more focused on the wide. Keep the posterior chain tight, no leaks. Oh wow, that negative. Oh wow. All right, that's good. My endurance is getting better with this variation, and I'm satisfied with that effort. So that creates enough stimulus where you fight through the fatigue to force that muscle to grow and respond. Next is the flies. So that's where I'm going to take these bands here. I'm going to take the ankle straps, the small ones, off. And I'm going to put bigger ones on here. But before I put the bigger ones on, I'm going to take these bands off, and you'll see why. Because to follow the fibers, I'm going to change the position of the bands. And I have a bigger one, ankle strap here. That goes on this side. And then, where are you? Not that one. Here it is. I have another band or anchor point here. All right. There we go. Now, with this variation, I'm going to center the vibration plate in the middle here somewhere to start, and just kind of gauge where the center is. So And what I'm doing is taking the bands, the ankle straps, and putting them around my elbows. So I'm kind of figuring out where the center point is. Somewhere here. Slightly, not much. Okay, so I have tension on both sides. And now I'm going to squeeze the elbows together. And get the entire sternum fibers. So you could really load this up. Try to remember to keep your knees locked. That way the vibration travels all the way up to your shoulders. Oh, already. Now lower. Oh. So doing the wide push-up, it gets the tension at the beginning, and now I'm finishing it nice and safely. Oh. So this makes it dynamic. I really like it. All right, so that's 3 minutes. Now, next is triceps. So that's where I'm going to take this band. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Last week I did one red and one blue together, so split in half. But today I'm going to do the same color for both. So, with this variation, I'm going to do kind of mimic as if I'm throwing like this. And the reason being because I want to activate the tricep from a stretched position. So similar, like some guys will lift the weights like this, you know. But I'm doing it more, a slightly very different variation here, where, and the reason being because I want to include a little bit of the, what you call the base of the cannon, because in order for a cannon to shoot the ball or throw a ball, power comes from the feet. So through the posterior chain and through the core. Now, typically what I would do is, I have done it in standing, but in order to have that power, you got to do a staggered stance. And with the vibration plate, it's kind of hard to do that because then, you know, you have to lock your hands and it's just a little awkward. So my variation to do this is to take the weight here, and what I'm going to do is place it behind me, and I'm going to put the vibration plate away from the wall, so that way I have stretch on the band when the tricep is fully stretched. So I'm just kind of lining it up here. Yeah, up there. And then the weight behind me is going to just help keep my knees from sliding on the plate, because the bands is going to want to pull me backwards. And so I'm going to get the lower back involved with this here, so that's how I'm going to stretch them. So yesterday was same blue bands for the biceps, and today the triceps. So stretched, there's tension on the bands here at the stretch position, so I'm just moving my, so here's fully stretched, and then 5, like 10% away, now 20, 30, there. So do one at a time, hold it isometrically. I was doing this yesterday. Oh, I can feel the quads starting to burn already. 'Cause oh my. Go slightly narrower. I can feel the legs burning. You wouldn't think this does that, but it does. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Wow. Probably could have gone a little bit lighter, going one blue band and one red one, so just to offset the weight a little bit, but I wanted to try to see how that went today. And I don't have the complete strength to keep doing it consistently, the blue, so that's a takeaway for next week. So here I am gonna, this is 70 pound weight, and I'm going to take that and place it here. So kind of the same idea, where today I'm going to use same bands. I'm going to see how this goes. And then I put my feet on the weight here. So, okay, that's good. Tension on the band at this, and my arm is like starting here. So kind of like not fully extended, but kind of somewhere in the middle. And I want to now do a tricep hold where I'm going to flex the tricep and hold the band under vibration. So that's this next exercise. So kind of want to flex the tricep, hold it, slow negative. Work the type 2. That's what I forgot. I tried to do that. Oh, I did actually work the type 2, but I wasn't as explosive because it was heavier at the stretched position. So the lats get involved with this exercise, so now the legs, they don't hurt as much, but because the lats are taking the force. So the lats almost get a double 2 days in a row of. So you want to focus on having your elbows tight and get the tricep to do the work. You don't want the lats to be, you don't want to be pulling with the lats. Keep those elbows tight as possible. Oh my. So this is almost like the ball bridges that I do later in the week. So this strengthens a lot of the posterior chain as well at the same time. But for this variation, it's the upper body as opposed to the lower. You can do all kinds of funny variations if you wish. So this gets the rears. Oh wow. All right. So going to stop the timer here. So today's date stamp, May 12th, 2026. Starting time was at 12:11 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Okay. So, this is interesting today. Heart rate here, a maximum, a hit again, oops, of 205. And here you can see this area. I don't know if you could. So that's the heart rate zone, 185 to 206, in that range for 1 minute and 50 seconds. So that's a long time to be at that heart rate for that long of a time.
So, is there something with me drinking the cleanest and most absorbable water? Does it have an influence? Well, look, I don't know what else to say. My starting heart rate here, 50, and then it peaks up to, I don't know where that was, 180 something, and then it dropped off. And I think that has to do with the water got absorbed by that time after I drank it. So however many minutes it was, how much time, I'd have to watch the replay to really see how long, because I think that's what happened, is that my body got replenished with the oxygen from that of the water, and then it starts circulating in my body and my heart rate drops. So that's what happens here. So, and then when it starts to decline again, then now I'm relying on my respiratory system to deliver the oxygen. And when it's revving at 205 beats per minute for a minute and 50 seconds consistently, you could hear my breathing if you pay close enough attention. Or I've been wanting to prove this to you, that my breathing rate is, my VO2 is actually quite high. And if it's showing that I'm able to deliver at 200, what does that tell you? And where I'm able to sustain that. I can't talk when it's 200. It's too much. I can't talk. But at 175, or when it started dropping, I was still talking at that time. Watch the replay and you'll see. So that's me. And 2 days in a row where I'm showing you that, look, I'm telling you the truth. There's something to this. Please support me. If you found out about this through me, I ask for your support. And if you want to become a brand member and help people around you, then refer them to me. That's what I ask. Refer them, because I'm sharing my knowledge and my wisdom, and also providing motivation for you to stay consistent, because I'm doing it. Just like the lady I featured in today's live stream from LinkedIn, Miss Strober, I think. Yeah, I think that was her name. She knows exercise is important, and as do I, but that's only resetting and regenerating 78 known genes. And this helps tap the body on the shoulder to reset the balance of several thousand more DNA genes. And when you provide the 3 aminos like I've described before, then your body's going to be doing the Mexican hat dance. I know it's funny, but it's true. And then you have a smile like me. I wish I still had the sombrero. I'd wear it right here, but I gave it away many years ago. So maybe it's time for a new one. So if you're listening, support me, please. I'd appreciate it. So tune in tomorrow for Wacky Wednesday. It'll be leg day, and we'll see if I can hit the big heart rate numbers tomorrow again. So eat right, sleep well, and when you're sleeping, consider this too. I do. I sleep like a baby, and I love it. See you tomorrow. Bye.